Okay, yeah, we're going there. Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we are going to be suffering through Anime Has Gone Too Far. Gigguk looking at the dog anime. I'm not going to say more, because I really don't want to. I'm not even going to give a bullshit reason like YouTube won't approve. No one should approve. This is going to be painful, and if for some reason this goes with Gigguk going, it's actually not that bad, I am just going to lose a little faith in humanity, because the more I find out about this, the more I'm like, oh, I guess we're at the phase now where redo of a healer is too classy. I have opinions about this, and all of them are, this is creepy. Very creepy, and we're looking at it now. I am subjecting you to this. There's going to be a link below. I'm not going to advise watching it. Or more specifically, Gigguk's version's fine, but just, I meant the original, just because... Someone saw this like, that's a good idea. Because someone out there probably thought it was. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I am so sorry for what's about to happen. Not sorry enough that I would not do it, but just sorry enough that I will tell you in advance. Yeah, this is the warning. We're going to start now.
What? Why was this made?
What
Yeah.
is the limit for anime? A medium that continually pushes the boundary of wonder. A place that welcomes all types of stories
Fade
from
Zero?
all types of people.
Don't know that
There's
one?
no
Oh, no.
limit
Yeah,
to what you
I know
can
that
see
one.
here, aside from your own imagination. If you can envision it,
Ooh, I don't even know where this one's from. Cool art.
it can get made. But, like the inventor of a fart machine in a wind tunnel, have we ever stopped and asked,
That is a very specific phrase, and I'm absolutely terrified that if I look it up online, it's probably a real thing. Probably in Japan as well, now that I think about it. I mean, let's just drop this line of thought. It's disturbing.
should it get made? Interspecies reviewers,
Yeah.
World's End Harem,
Eh.
redo of Healer.
No.
Anime's been pushing degeneracy to a whole new level in the past few years. In a post-redo of Healer world, there is little now that separates anime from hentai.
Honestly, there's an argument to be made that some hentai is classier. You know what you're getting there. Redo of a healer. Even if you know what you're getting there, you don't know what you're getting there. And if you do... Why? No, don't answer that. I might actually get... For the person in the comments who does answer why...
Every day, the line gets more and more blurry, so the question plaguing humanity since the beginning of time is, how far can anime go? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my life as Inukai's dog. Anime has gone too far. But how?
I mean, on the one hand, great art. On the other hand, you know, when the ugly bastard tag looks like it's a step in the right direction by comparison. Yeah.
How could it? What could it possibly do? Well, you see, we have now ventured to a place for which there is no coming back from. Tread on the sanctity of something we should have never dared touch. Dogs. Not genetically engineered dog girls,
Oh
not
my.
fantasy isekai dog people
Yep,
species,
still
not
safe.
some guy wearing a dog costume. Just
One Punch Man.
dogs. Why did it have to be dogs? What did
Why do you
dogs
keep bringing up
to
the small
deserve
toy
this?
dogs?
Man's best friend, the purest thing Mother Earth has gifted us with. If you've ever thought humans don't deserve dogs, here is the evidence to prove that you are categorically correct. This is a cursed show I probably should have left to die in obscurity until I had a single terrifying thought that dwarfed any existential horror or Lovecraftian nightmare my mind could come up with.
You know what? I already know where this scene is going, and I don't like it. I was hoping this would just... Oh. Why do you have to bring up the dogs? I'm sorry. This is actually incredibly creepy to me right now. Like, there's lines, and... Just being stuck in a dog body of one of them is just like, ah. And then me with the crush, ah. And then just, they made an entire series out of it. I just it's like you looked at the horse from the version of Berserk that I'm not going to mention, and you think, I kind of dig that. And let's make an anime out of it. Let's see if we can get it past the censors.
Somehow, somewhere, this is gonna be someone's first anime. So, to allow myself to sleep at night, I felt it was my duty to make a PSA to tell that person, shh.
Oh, I never thought of that. Like, there's a lot of things you could be interested in. And if this is your intro to anime, you know, I was going to say it gets better, but then I'm just thinking, wait. If you get introduced to anime with this, and you want to watch more,
It's okay. It's alright.
breathe into the
can't promise
bag,
that
the
tomorrow's
plastic
gonna be a
bag. Keep it
better
on your
day,
head. Just leave it
But I
there.
can promise you that we're gonna get through it together.
Are
I've
you?
committed to
Are you
fully
really?
talking about this anime, but first I need to talk about today's sponsor, Higan Yuruthil. I've never been more happy for a sponsor read in my life. In this 3D real-time combat RPG, players are tasked with reclaiming reality from a never-ending nightmare. Back to my life as...
You know, I just realized I think I enjoyed the ad read more than the actual source material he's covering. We have reached the point where the ad read was less painful. Why am I doing this to myself? Oh yeah, because I enjoy suffering somehow. I'm actually trying to work up the energy to do it. It's going to get worse. I know it's going to get worse. Ugh.
Inukai's dog. Dog fact number 1. Dogs have 18 muscles to move their
Seriously?
ears. In some ways, it's impressive that a show could give a man who's seen Redo of Healer, who likes Domestic Girlfriend, who's seen some of the most degenerate shit that's come out of anime.
I'll be honest, I would still take Isekai reviewers. Oh god. Actually, that would be a fun show. I would definitely watch that. Interspecies reviewers? Yeah, no, this is way, like, that would be way less degenerate than this, and I would much prefer it.
Chance to say, you know what? I think I have the moral high ground. The plot
Yeah!
goes something like this. On some rainy
When
afternoon,
Domestic
a guy
Girlfriend is the
wakes
moral
up
high
cold
ground.
and shivering on the streets. How did he get there? What is he doing? All questions that are unimportant because he sees his classmate and crush who takes him home, where he comes to the realization to the precarious situation he's in. He is a dog. When I first saw the basic premise of this, I said to myself, oh cool, some dumb slice of life reincarnation story where a guy wakes up as a dog. I'm a seasoned isekai fan. I've seen...
I mean, I like Isekai, but this is levels too far.
worse. It can't be dumber than waking up as a sword or
The sword was actually good because Fran was amazing. And the main character still had agency. I haven't seen this one. I thought this was a joke. The vending machine. Okay.
waking up as a vending machine. Maybe they'll tackle the human struggles of trying to live as a dog. Maybe the psychological effects of being stuck
They're not
in a
going to,
dog's
are they?
body, having to navigate a society made by humans, having your daily survival be completely reliant on that of another human being. There's a lot
That
of
sounds
places
horrible, and it
this
would've been an
story
interesting
could
show.
go. Surely
depressing.
it's not about a bunch of girls thirsting over a dog. I regret to inform you that my initial assessment was incorrect. Within the first 5 minutes of taking the dog home, the first thing Karen Inukai decides to do, yes, her name is Karen, which is very on theme because I'm about to call the manager, is get on.
I just want to clarify. It's Karen in the Japanese, not just the American one, where they knew what they were doing and decided to insult her somehow. Because I would actually prefer that. Because at least that way, someone's like, okay, we know what we're dealing with here.
Undressed in front of the doggo and bathe with it, naked. But okay, this isn't too bad. There might be some dog owners who feel comfortable removing their clothes in front of their dog, showering with their dog.
No! That's creepy! I've had a lot of dogs. That's creepy. Don't! Also because dogs sometimes play in water and they run around and they scratch things. And if you're not wearing clothes, in fact, I would recommend very thick layers because sometimes they're having fun. And if they're having fun, their nails will go everywhere. They're not as sharp as a cat, but they can drag the shit out of your skin. This is a horrible idea. On a practically safety level, I'm going to make sure to stay that way because if I think about anything else, it gets even creepier.
Sucking their dog's nose. Maybe this could be wholesome.
Okay, we're reaching levels of fetish I'm not comfortable with. Ugh. You know, I've seen some fucked up shit. But this just hits home because it's a freaking dog, man!
If wholesome was spelt without a W. But it soon becomes apparent that her feeling towards the dog
Just
are
a
a little
hole.
devious. Oh yes, so very devious towards the dog. Oh yes, this is my coping mechanism you're seeing right now. She takes her dog for a walk but is feeling a little devious. Okay, I'll stop now. And almost immediately tries licking the pup over if it weren't for some meddling kids, gets way too excited photographing her dog urinate, then introduces him to a place called Coochie Cove. I've seen people dressed up in a red astronaut suit that are less sus than this girl right here. Now,
I don't want to go on. Why? I know why he's doing it, because it's just, yeah, like you said, if it's the first time someone ever sees anime. But I'm just going with, at this point, it's done. The damage is done. You can't save him, man. Just put on some nice relaxing porn to try and wipe it out of your mind. No, actually, no, that might remind you of this. That actually would ruin it. When you look at it and go, like, you know what? Shindo L is wholesome by comparison. That's the level we've reached!
if you think finding out a dog has more Riz than you will ever do is sad, don't worry. That's actually one of the least depressing parts of this show. In no particular order, here are some things depicted in my life as Inukai's dog that involves a girl and a dog. Bathing naked, tail jobs, seductive feet licking.
If the video cuts, it's because I did actually just throw up a bit. It's a dog. This is like literally getting into sexual abuse of an animal levels of crime.
Getting a dog to undress you, getting a dog to lick your chamber of secrets, enticing a dog with your chamber of secrets, giving a dog a ball gag, breastfeeding.
Why? What have we become? How did we get here?
Some of these acts are in the animes.
This is a hentai, right? Like, this is full on off brand. This is not actually. Don't tell me Crunchyroll did the mistake where they put it up with a G rating for everyone.
Some further on in the manga. Yes, that's right. I read further into the manga. Don't ask me what force compelled me to do so, because I still don't know myself.
I'm assuming Sydney. Because she looked at it and goes, you know what? I have levels too, where I'm just not that degenerate. And then immediately correct herself. Yeah, she is, but still!
Maybe I wanted to see how much worse it could get. Maybe I'm learning deep down inside I have masochistic tendencies. Maybe I was waiting for some divine intervention, because if I could ask
house
a higher
fire would be
power
divine
anything, if there
intervention.
was one thing I would like to know. Why in God's name is the art for this manga actually really fucking good? Dog
Damn.
fact number 2. No two dogs' noses are alike. Many
Really?
people have drawn comparison to Chainsaw Man, because like Chainsaw Man, the dog is named Pochta. Now Chainsaw Man's
Seriously? Like, is that a common Japanese name for a dog? I'm just missing it, or like, what the fuck, man? They're like, you know what? Chainsaw Man's great. Do you know what we need? The dog getting more. Makima will reprove.
Pochta has joined the shortlist of the highest commendation you can get in an anime. Being a good boy. Pochta, that's a good boy. Ein,
I just realized the blood, gore, and over-the-top violence of Chainsaw Man disturbs me less than this entire anime. And I would recommend it in a heartbeat to someone who is afraid of gore as opposed to this. And I would feel much less shame. Also, Ein is a good boy.
that's a good boy. Bond, that's a good
Still need to
boy.
finish that show.
Nina, that's a good girl. Inukai's Pochta is not a good boy. That's a bad boy. Bad boy. One could argue that in many ways, Chainsaw Man is just a day in the life of a dog. Here's Denji, who woofs for his owner, goes on walks, becomes one with Pochta. He got that dog in him. Then there's Inukai, woofs for their owner, goes on walks, and becomes one with Pochta. Because she does. She got that dog in her. You may be thinking, Inukai is the outlier here, the freak who loves a dog a little too much, but of course, the show had to introduce a full-on cast straight up
Why is this a thing? I don't.
Of the watch list of your local animal services. There's the tsundere, Nekotani. As your resident tsundere ambassador, we do not claim Nekotani. She can go somewhere else. Tsunderes can be violent, unless those violence is towards dogs. The shy Usagi, a girl so down bad she makes the average Genshin player look like a functional member of society, not just...
Okay, that is, coming from him especially, that is pretty damning.
Limiting it to dogs, she decided to force herself on a poor table, which depressingly adds inanimate objects to the growing list of things that have more riz than
Still
these
less
do.
disturbing
If I
and
had
very
a dollar
full-on
for
Nina.
every anime girl I've seen do unspeakable things to a table, I'd have 2, which is $2 richer than I want to be. Well, unless that's what you're into, I suppose.
I am the
Still
table.
less
Then, of
disturbing.
course, completing the trilogy is the yandere, Inukai herself. We can already agree. Do not stick your dick in crazy, especially the kind that this crazy wants. While the rest of the world was asking, what
The dog doing?
Inukai was more concerned with, who?
The dog doing?
Dog fact number 3. Dogs may be able to... Oh, no. 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 No.
Devious.
If by some miracle you still don't know if you should subject yourself to 12 episodes of this, I've made a simple flowchart for you to follow. First, ask yourself, do you like dogs?
The answer is no, regardless. Like the ending, should you watch it? If there's any option other than no, I'm going to lose a lot of faith in humanity right now.
If your answer is no, do not watch this show. If your answer is yes, do not
Good.
watch
You've done
this
it correctly.
show.
I
If you're
was
looking
actually
for some
afraid for a
kicks in
second.
life, here are some alternative suggestions I recommend over watching My Life as Inukai's Dog.
I'm going to recommend blunt force trauma if you make the mistake of starting, though. Just, it might help remove memories. Or look into alcoholism. It's safer. It might only scar you for life. This will.
Skydiving.
Without a
mountain
parachute.
biking.
Without wheels.
Ordering the extra large portion in America. Tweeting out Chainsaw
Actually, that looked pretty damn good.
Man is mid. Setting your notifications to vibrate. Then putting your phone in your pants. All non
Oh, wow. That is, going to kill your battery in seconds. And, yeah, that would do it. I might actually try the Chainsaw Man is mid challenge after this. If anyone sees any weird posts on my channel, that's why I'm doing it on purpose. It's a nicer distraction from subjecting myself to this. This is a mistake.
dog-related activities that get the heart pumping. This is something that should be left behind in the bowels of time. In fact,
Like a
as of
radioactive
this very
vault.
moment, I am working on a time machine so I can go back and get us back on the right timeline. Because what hope is there left for humanity?
Still a
knowing that
better
a
thing.
sentient human being wrote this. Then more sentient human beings made the conscious decision to greenlight this into an anime. And throughout
There's a lot of things right now about ChatGPT replacing authors, writers, animators, colorists, all of that stuff. And I'm just thinking, well, that's horrible. This is a good excuse of an AI would never be so degenerate as to do this intentionally. Someone would have to train it. And I was going to say that maybe AI is better because this is so many levels of what the fuck. But then I just realized, no. Someone's going to see that and make this easier. There's going to be more of this because it's going to be easier to make. More of this. I don't want that.
Throughout that entire long process, not a single person stopped to ask themselves, what in the biblical fuck have we done?
A mistake. A very obvious mistake. And I'm assuming it was done because money. But why? What abomination was like, you know what? Maybe we need an example of why humans shouldn't exist. This.
On the day of reckoning, when humanity stands before God Almighty waiting for our final judgment, there, standing between us and salvation, will be Inukai's dog. On that day,
And it won't be
we will have
wrong.
to look up at God and tell him that this is what humanity has done. This is what mankind has led to. The souls of all humans will beg and plead not to be forsaken, not to be rejected from the gates of heaven.
And then they will see that this exists before us and realize, okay, no, we deserve what's happening.
But in the end, all we can do is repent and ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness from God, forgiveness from each other, forgiveness from our dogs, which is more than we deserve. In conclusion, I'm
Don't.
a cat person now.
What the fuck was that? Coming soon, my life as Nekotani's cat. Please tell me this is a joke. Please tell me this is a joke. I don't want it. I'm just going to go back. I want to see that.
Which
Was
is
it a
more
cat
than
or a
we
dog
deserve.
running in the window? Or
In conclusion, I'm a cat person now.
and the cat just ran out the window. Okay. This entire video was a mistake. I regret doing it. And even though I kind of had an idea what we were getting into to start with, due to wiki walking late at night before I realized what I had just read and then went back, reread it because I realized, no, this is not a fever dream. I am awake and I regret everything about it. And then I subjected myself to more and it got creepier than I realized. And things are made because there's an audience for it. I don't like this. Yeah, guy on the internet. I look at stupid shit all the time. This is my line. I didn't know I had one. I have found it. This is... Nope. 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 I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go and do something else. Something nice and wholesome, like something... like playing Dark Tide, or bashing my head into the wall, or finding a mallet to try and remove memories. All things which are less probably dangerous to my well-being than that. This was just the review, too. God help you if you're just watching something random like, hey, this is on Crunchyroll, and then you just started, you're like... I half want to go look at the statistics of where did this come out, how many people stick around, and how many watch it? Because then there's like a good example. Okay, where are those people located roughly? Their IP addresses are here. These are all the locations of the world where I'm not going. Well, my faith in humanity is destroyed for the night, so I'm going to stop this one here. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I regret showing this to you. Not enough that I want to upload the video, because if I had to suffer through it, fuck all y'all as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one, which there's no way in any way possible will be as bad as this. And it might be the Garfield being destroyed by the internet one. And I really didn't think that would be the case. But no, by now, I'm looking forward to that because it's going to be wholesome by comparison. Yeah. See you guys then. Adios.